Following the death of George Floyd, a catalyst for reform in policing and police policies, we're taking a look at what his death has inspired. The Rochester Police Department has welcomed several new recruits. And though everything is not changing, ABC 6 News reporter Jacqueline Harold joins us in studio to share what is new for the officers to be.
This story is personal to me. I've only lived and known what it's like to be black, but now I'm stepping into a new role as an officer in training, looking at what changes are actually being made and if there's a way to fix the reputation some bad officers have created for an entire profession. Well, officials tell me it starts with recruitment.
The world is looking at law enforcement under a magnifying glass, demanding reform and changes to a system some believe is not serving and protecting all. But in Rochester, the police department says it's working to change the way people view officers, starting with who is allowed in the department.
We spend a lot of time trying to develop relationships before they graduate, because if you don't do that, you're just in a race against other agencies.
Captain Jeff Stillwell has been with RPD for over 25 years, and he oversees the hiring process for the department. He says long before pressures of being in law enforcement came to light, RPD had issues recruiting officers.
If they don't have a connection to this community, they don't know us, they don't know what our agency stands for. We're just another police agency trying to get people in the door.
But it's never really been about the number of recruits, rather the kind of people they want.
We're very active in the schools around the state that have law enforcement programs. We also advertise with the Minnesota Post Board, where the licensing board, and the HR team reaches out to various other publications.
With 8 new recruits, Sergeant Paul Gronholz, who was in charge of training the new officers, says this is where the change begins.
This is going to be our mat room / de-escalation room, where you'll do your 3-day use of force training.
Anytime new officers start here, it's an exciting time.
We look for people of character and lived experience that might not be police experience. We find it much easier to train the job skills of a police officer than it is to teach values that we value here.
We've significantly changed our hiring practices. We've completely revamped our hiring practice to be more character-based hiring.
Chief Jim Franklin said one of his main goals when he took office was hiring officers who demonstrate compassion,
your safety and mine. Just want to give you a quick pat down.
And diversity. The Rochester Police Department currently has 146 officers. Here is a breakdown of those behind the badge. 128 of them are white, and 18 are minorities. But he's hoping to continue adding to those numbers.
The police department needs to be a reflection of the community. We're getting better, we're growing, and we're becoming more diverse. I'm happy with what we have here in this academy.
During the 8-week training process, the new officers will be learning about policies, building relationships in the community, and understanding the importance of both physical and mental health.
We want them to start their career on the right foot, and that's why this needs to be tough. The academy can't be easy.
The recruits consist of 4 women, 2 immigrants, and 2 white males. And they will be the first set of recruits to join the department under this new way of policing.
Mentally they'll be tested, physically they'll be tested. There's a lot of stressors associated with these first 8 weeks. Use of force, report writing, qualifying with their firearms, and like I said, some of the physical things that we'll do, physical training, is going to be tough.
Gronholz says the job won't be easy. But he applauds the new recruits for coming into this profession during a time like this. And his job moving forward is setting them up to succeed.
Throughout the training process, there were tiers, there were tests, and there was a lot of emphasis on new policies and the importance of moral values and policing. Tomorrow we'll see the new officers learn about one of the most controversial topics around the country, use of force.